Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Y'all already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all, right? Lately, I've been really thinking about getting far away from celebrity gossip. The truth of the matter is, the way I feel is, why talk about you when you could talk, why talk about you when I could talk about me? I don't really like talking about people, but in order to get my message out, it seems like y'all don't want to let go of celebrity gossip, and celebrity gossip pays the bill. So, shall we begin? Jim Jones had the audacity to get on a radio station on an interview and say gangs are like a fraternity. It's not illegal to be in a gang. (1994) on Rikers Island. Peace almighty, peace blood. Peace almighty, peace blood. Destruction, blood, destruction, blood, destruction, blood, war, blood, war, blood, war, blood. 50-50 love. 50-50 love. Death to all those that go against blood. Then they remixed it. After the 50-50s, which was the dudes that was neutral, that helped blood get the power, it became 50-50 love, F-50-50 love. Death to all those that go against blood. Destruction, blood, war, blood, war, blood, oppression, blood, oppression, blood, oppression. And as dudes chanted oppression, I used to sit up there and say to myself, somehow, someway, I got to get in position to change the foundational rules of this, or I can't be down with this because it's going in the wrong direction. They let too many dudes into the whip that wasn't built like that. And then some dudes was really built like that, but they was criminal minded on a petty level. The type of dudes that become blood and rob you for your shoes. In the beginning and now to the end, one of the rules of bloods that I couldn't stand and I couldn't tolerate, that's why I had to jump ship, just another reason, is because blood comes before everything. Even your wife, even your children, even your mother, even your freedom, right? One of the rules of blood is blood in, blood out. Which brings me back to when I came home from jail after I seen how blood had spreaded. But while I was on Rikers Island, I used to hear the stories of how young girls was getting cut on public trains and their earrings were snatched for an initiation to become blood. And you sitting up there saying that that's like the college fraternities? Are y'all trying to tell me something that I don't know about these college fraternities? And so you're telling me, Jim Jones, you had the audacity to get in front of the world and lie? And y'all allowed him to get up? And see, this is why I have to sit up there. Evil never takes a day off. Evil never takes a day off. Y'all let Jim Jones get on the radio and announce to the world that blood, being blood is not illegal? You have to put in pain. You have to put in work on your own people to become blood. Do you have to put in work on your own people to become blood? And y'all let Jim Jones get on the radio in front of the world and do an interview and say that being a blood is like being in a fraternity? Y'all let him get away with that when y'all see how these children out here are going to jail? You know what's crazy? Because I wasn't going to speak on a situation. We're not only talking about a 14-year-old boy, right? And I'm just giving you an example. A 14-year-old boy now is locked up for killing a police officer. But let's take it back 3 weeks. See, I wasn't really going to speak on the situation. Because I didn't want to be hypocritical, but the situation in Connecticut and Waterbury, it hit too close to home. Where I get to see on the news, all over the news, a young boy that me and his mother's like this. I got to sit back and watch that young boy all over the news for shooting the police. And all I could think about is his life is over. His life is over. And it just began. And see, me knowing his mother, I seen the struggle of his mother. I know the story of his mother. She's still trying to escape her childhood. A child raising a child. And now he's in the penitentiary because he's actually sitting up there living gang. Living a gangster lifestyle, trying to walk in the shoes of rappers that never walked in these shoes. These young boys are doing things that you old dudes ain't never did. I mean, never ever did? Never ever did. And when I saw that story of these young gang-affiliated boys who's looking for love in all the wrong places, and once again, Jim Jones, you are being a billboard for evil. A billboard for Satan. You got dudes you got dudes that's first generation that got turned on by their own set. You got niggas again like Tankhead that did 20 years in the box for putting in pain for his set. And before he came home the first time, got jumped by his own set. Why would you try to be a billboard for mass destruction and recruit our children into Satan's house? Most of the original Bloods that started Blood are fooled because the set tripped on them. Jim Jones never got a chance to experience none of this because he was under the safety umbrella of a bunch of gang members in the street, and then even still, they put him through turmoil. Kicked a little bit, punched a little bit, robbed a little bit. Not on my watch. I refuse to sit by and let you tell these lies all over social media. Everybody that's watching this video, please share this video. This one right here is the one that you got to share because it's too many children. Too many children. Hold up. Just hold up.
We have new information after a police detective was shot in Waterbury. Thank you for joining us for Channel 3 Eyewitness News at noon. I'm Kara Sundlin.
And I'm Nicole Nalepa. It is a busy news day. We learned new information from Waterbury just about less than an hour ago. And we know that the detective is recovering right now in the hospital. 3 suspects are in custody. Their names just released by police.
Pinpoint News Tracker takes you right to the scene. It's along Norman Street. It all happened there last night.
And now your reporter Dylan Fearon is live right outside the courthouse in Waterbury with the details. Dylan?
Well, Karen, Nicole, all 3 suspects expected to face a judge in this courthouse later this afternoon. Police just released their mugshots. Let's show them to you right now. We know the shooter, the alleged shooter, now charged with attempted murder is 20-year-old Arian Pelez Feliciano. He's from Waterbury. The 3 men were trying to break into cars last night in multiple areas of the city. Police say they were in a stolen car. Officers tried tracking them down. And in the West End, Detective R.J. Sackett, part of the auto theft task force, was shot in the right thigh. Luckily, he survived. He's doing okay. Police arrested the 3 men shortly after. Sidney Reed and Alberto Rodriguez are the other 2 suspects. Here's Waterbury's police chief reacting to one of his own officers getting shot.
We dread that call. We know what's going to occur. I mean, it's more likely than not that this type of incident is going to occur. And you know, you hope for the best. Right? This was actually a reasonable outcome for a very, very terrible situation. You know, honestly, if you're stuck in this situation, I'd have it no other way than what occurred. I mean, the officer's now safe.
Now, Detective R.J. Sackett has been with the Waterbury Police Department since 2007. Kara and Nicole, we do know he returned fire at one of the suspects last night, but didn't hit any of them. Because he fired his weapon, though, the Inspector General's office will lead this investigation and take this over. We do expect him to release video of this incident at some point early next week. Again, all three suspects will face a judge here later this afternoon. I'll have a full report starting at 4 o'clock. I'm your reporter live in Waterbury, Dylan Fear, Channel 3.
See, some of y'all think that I'm sitting up here just celebrity gossiping, and while you always on Jim Jones, why y'all act like y'all don't see the results of what these gangs is doing? You know what it feels like to sit up there, the boy in the middle, the one in the middle? I watched that little boy grow up. You know what it feels like to see him kidnapped by gang culture? Because what y'all got to understand is these women are out here trying to raise these kids, but the streets is raising them too. And the streets is undefeated. At some point in time, these young boys got to go through the passage of being a man. But they ain't never seen what a man looked like. It's hard to recognize what a man looked like. We ain't never seen a man, so how we know how a man walk? How we know how a man talk? All we know is gang, gang. Y'all really gonna let Jim Jones sit up here? You was already a billboard for gang. As the rise of Dipset risen in the East Coast, so did gang culture. Because all we got to see was you run to California. And blip, blip, blip was my reply. I need everybody in the comment section in this video right here. I want y'all to write in the comment section, Jim Jones, stop lying. Spam it. Jim Jones, if you got any love or any, like if you love the youth and you got any respect and you want to see any future for the youth, share this video. Chop it up. Talk to Jim Jones. Tell him to stop lying in the comment section. Tell him to stop lying on Instagram. Enough is enough. I didn't even get a chance to talk about the cop that was just shot and murdered yesterday. This is a cop that was shot 3 weeks ago, and I couldn't even bring myself to even do the story. These young boys are being kidnapped by gang cultures, and they not doing, these little boys, they exceeding in the work that they putting in than the big homies is. The big homies might have been fighting with correction officers in the penitentiary, but the big homies ain't out here in the streets putting that pain in like that. They got the little kids doing that while they walk around with their chest stuck out. The beast is hungry. The beast is hungry. The penitentiary is hungry. And it feasts on our children. Shall we begin? Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. And in this situation right here, pay attention to who your children is watching on social media or who your children is looking up to on the block. If you don't find a role model for your child, the streets will find a role model for him. If you don't pick and choose a lifestyle for your child, the streets will pick and choose the lifestyle for them. These rappers send their kids to college while they send your children to the penitentiary.